Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, when someone tells you trust yourself, do you know what does it mean, or are you lost with this reference? Trust yourself means trust your awareness, because awareness knows everything. Whatever you have gone through in your life, your awareness knows it all, because the nature of the awareness is aware. And whatever you have gone through in your life, everything has been observed by the awareness. It's there. Example is this: when you are afraid, notice how your awareness knows you're afraid. That means you know you are afraid. When you are lost, your awareness knows that you are lost. When you don't know things, your awareness knows you don't know certain things. When you start to create a make-believe, your awareness knows you're creating that. So awareness is with you all the time, and whatever you're doing, awareness is aware of those things. So, trust yourself means take the seat of the awareness, not the mind. But when we hear trust yourself, what happens is we listen to the mind. We listen to the refined mind, upgraded mind, and we try to prolong our life with that upgraded mind. And, in the beginning, the upgraded mind seems like, it's working, it inspires us. And no matter how upgraded mind we align with, it only reaches to a certain extent and it fails. It falls short. Why? Because the mind's nature is always changing, and it's not true. When it comes to true freedom, all mind falls short, because all mind comes from the place of experience. When certain experience gives a heightened experience, the experience leaves a residue as an idea, and the idea sits in us, and we prolong that idea. Prolonging that idea, trusting on that idea, only, moves to a certain extent. And at some point, even that inspiring idea that you took and work with it, your ego gets bored with that. Now your ego self is seeking the new idea, new inspiration to move forward. And the ego always moves in this way, because the ego is about upgrades. Ego is about growth. Ego is about adding stuff. Ego is about making the kingdom, So, when you trust your mind, in the beginning, it works to a certain extent again. But at some point, it loses its power, because your ego gets bored, and the ego starts to try to figure out the new upgrades. And that's how it goes. And, that's why the trusting your mind always, falls short. It always, fail, because it has no truth in it. And when when the mind has no truth, basically we are anchoring in the false. Basically, the mind is always changing. When something is changing, upgrading, we cannot say that it is true. Something to be true, it has to be unchanging. That's why it is called truth. So that's why we need to anchor in the truth rather than in the mind. So trusting in the truth in the beginning is, take the seat of the observer as awareness. But even when you do that, your life is still fluctuating because of the mind, because of the conditioning. We can truly trust ourselves in the awareness only when we see the plain sight truth. Until we see the plain sight truth, trusting the awareness itself fluctuate. The fluctuation is happening because of the ego self itself, and the ego self is aligned with the mind, the conditioning, and because of that, we always, we always lose to anchor in awareness. So that's why we need to be part of the inquiry practice, where we can use the awareness to understand the mind by tracing the mind backward to its root and eliminating the root altogether, and asking ourselves, who am I? And from that, we can, figure out what is true in us. And once we see the truth in us as a plain sight truth, then the ego drops, and then we, trust in the awareness. Life unfolds with awareness the rest of the life. Post-enlightenment, life unfolds with awareness. We trust the awareness. And we go with the awareness because awareness shows how to be part of the world. When we are being part of the spiritual journey, the self-inquiry practice, when we are tracing back the mind backward, the backward journey already shows that truth is the absolute realm, the unchanging realm, and the mind and the outer world is the world of pattern. We understand that, we recognize that, and from that we know how to be part of the world, and we just anchor in awareness, and that's how the life unfolds. So even you try to trust your awareness before you realize the truth, the process still fluctuates. You forget to anchor in awareness. But it's still, life gets better, but still fluctuates. But not to fluctuate, self-inquiry practice is a must to be part of. So, again, trusting yourself means, is trusting your awareness. That's the start. And using that awareness to dissolve all the false in us, that means dissolving the mind, dissolving our ignorant belief. Once that is dissolved, that helps us to see the truth. Once the truth is seen, then we can completely anchor in awareness, because that's who we are. Awareness helps us how to, Be part of the world. So that's that, guys. Hope this video makes sense to some extent. Hope you're enjoying the backward journey. Don't give up, when things are not unfolding in the inward journey, and when the boredom creeps in, actually your practice is working. Your ego feels bored and the process is working. When you feel bored, and if you want to feel, you feel like giving up the practice, that means you're listening to the ego. The process supposed to make you feel bored, and your ego feels that, and it's working. This is working, so don't give up. Keep going backward. Keep use your awareness to keep dismantling, and your work will not fail you, eventually. Okay, keep going. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye.